The following is a presentation of TFNN. It is now time for The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good morning, all you wonderful money masters and treasure hunters out there. Welcome to The Trader's Edge. I'm your host, Steve Rhodes. Thanks so much for joining me. Folks, I absolutely love being here, and it is wonderful Wednesday. Hard to believe. We are in the middle of our week. Hopefully, you're off to just a wonderful start of your workday. If you're not, change it in a heartbeat, folks. And today, we're going to put together the pieces of the puzzle out there, and that means we're going to be doing it all day long here at TFNN. Following this show, you've got Tom and I doing the Money Master Show. Then we go up to our next puzzle maker, Basil Chapman, up in Newton, Massachusetts, and then all the way out to Larry Pesavento's ranch in Tucson, Arizona. He's going to help us put together the puzzle as well. Back here from 3 to 4, David White, the warm-up band, before the Tom O'Brien Show from 4 to 6, folks. So stay tuned. It's going to be a great day. If you take a look at the markets, there's certainly going to be Action Jackson out in the markets right now. You've got the Dow futures off about 70-plus points. ES Mini off about 7. They're off their session lows overnight. You've got the NASDAQ off 13. Almost 14 points. The Russell 2000, the lead dog in the hunt, down about 6 points right now. King dollar up 10 ticks. Gold trading out at 1563. That's down 13 bucks. Silver off 34 cents. Traded out at 27.83. Light sweet crude down about 36 pennies right now. If we take a quick spin over to Europe before we start, taking a look at these markets, that's after I leave you with a thought for the day. And that is, if we take a look at the DAX, they're down 1 3/10% right now, down 84 points. That is off of its session lows as well. FTSE down 90. That's 1 6/10%. Almost down a full 2% last night was the Nikkei. The Nikkei making its way back to the November 25th swing point low out there. That's something we're going to want to keep in mind. You've got the Hang Seng down 1 3/10. They were down a whopping 252 points last night. You've got the IBEX down 135 points right now. That's 2%. The rain in Spain continues to rain in Spain. And, folks, you can always watch us on TigerTV. You'll want to certainly do that if you're listening to us on the radio. We absolutely appreciate you doing that. You can catch the archive of this show on Channel 9. That way you'll be able to see some of the charts, or all of the charts, actually, that I show today. You'll see patterns out there. You'll hear me talk about A to B equals C to D. You might hear me talk about my hammer candles, or bullish or bearish engulfing candles out there. Those are single candle formations that, well, in case of bullish and bearish, it's a double candle formation, but they help to identify a possible trend reversal out there. And you'll see just so many different things. If you are watching us on Tiger TV, if you don't have it bookmarked on your iPad, your iPhone, your Google device, go to the homepage of TFNN.com. Over in the kind of the upper right-hand side, you'll see a little area that's got some red dots around it. You can click on that, and you can just simply bookmark it. That way, we are just one click away from being with you each and every day. So this week, we've been talking about, or I certainly have been talking about, well, I guess what I'll call the spiral of achievement. I've been talking about discipline. And it really all started when I was reflecting on the great worldwide workshop that we did last Friday. It was an all-day workshop, and we got 40 new traders out there trading, buying and selling the D point. And as I reflected back, it was really a day about discipline, because that's really what you want to be able to have, in my opinion, not just in the marketplace and trading, but you want to be able to have that in life, folks. And so it's called, I'll call it today, the spiral of achievement, achieving the good life. So what does that actually mean? What does it mean to achieve the good life? Well, how about if I tell you what it's not? It's not learning how to set goals. Sometimes people will sit out there and they spend a lot of time setting goals. Maybe people spend a lot of time learning how to better manage your time. Well, the spiral of achievement, the good life, that's not about, being able to better manage your time. It's not about mastering leadership, folks. Now, there's one thread that each of us have in common. One thread. And that one thread, and that's the reason why we're here. It's the reason why I absolutely love being here. It's the reason why I love the Tiger's Den. It's the reason why I like TFNN, all the contributors that we have here. There's a common thread that each of us have. And that is absolutely to improve ourselves each and every day. When you take a look at a chart, you want to be able to, in fact, today, You know, when I take a look at the charts, folks, to me, that is my artwork. It's the charts communicating to me. I like to be able to put up several different charts at one time, step back, take a look at it, look at gold in one corner, look at the euro in another corner, maybe the ES Mini in another corner, just be able to put together that palette. Why? Because I'm simply trying to interpret what the market is communicating to us. I know you tune in here or you provide information to us just simply to be able to help yourself and others. That's the one common thread, at least one common thread that each of us have. We're always trying to, we spend a lifetime gathering knowledge. Take a look at, the folks that we've got on the show today. Basil focuses on Dow theory, an absolute specialist in that area, and, absolutely focus and spends a lifetime, an absolute lifetime analyzing the charts, understanding what patterns that are out there. And so we're always seeking knowledge. Knowledge is power, right? I mean, we hear that. Knowledge is power. Is that the key to success? And if that's the key to success, folks, if knowledge is power and we're always grabbing knowledge, and sometimes we fall a little short. Why do we fall short? If knowledge is power and we have all that information, there's different answers for different people. But just like there's one common thread that we're all out here trying to gather information, that common thread that I find on the reason that sometimes we fall short, we don't always fall short, but the times that we do, it always boils back to discipline. And it's all about being able to have discipline. I talk about discipline being the magic keys. So think about it in your life. I want you to be more disciplined. I want you to overcome that fear of failure. You can do that when you have discipline in your life. You can overcome that fear of success. Yeah, folks, there are people that are afraid to fail, just as there are people that are afraid of success, because when you have success, you have all of these other responsibilities. You don't think that just because maybe you are more successful, maybe you own businesses, maybe you've accumulated more money in your life, that your life gets easier, do you? You've got more responsibility. Some of us revel in that responsibility, but there's folks that are afraid of failure, folks that are afraid of success. And if you have self-discipline, you don't have to fear anything. We know that fear is false evidence appearing real. There's people that fear a broken heart out there. Don't fear a broken heart. It takes discipline, folks. Just admit and accept our errors. Recognize, see things the way they are. Most times, folks, if you take a look at yourself, you see things worse in your own mirror than the way that others see you. Just see it the way it is. Don't see it worse than it is. Don't see it better than it is. See it the way that it is. If you want to be an absolute great technical or fundamental analyst, see things the way they are. Get rid of all the noise that's around you. That noise might include me. Go back, take a look at the charts, take a look at the information, the knowledge that you're looking for, that we're providing here. Step back, analyze it on your own, see what it says, and go ahead and make your own decisions, folks. Consistent discipline applied each and every day in our life. Remember, yesterday I talked about the fact that if you are a salesperson, as an example, and you've got to make 10 calls each day in order to be able to hit your nut, whatever your target is, and you only make 5 today, and you just blow that off and say it's not that big of a deal, well, you add 5 today and 5 tomorrow and 5 the next day, and that's 25 in a week, and then you do that by a month, and you do that by a year, and you wonder why it is that you're not hitting the goals that you want. Instead, if you've got to do 10 of something today, do 20, do 15, do more than that. That, folks, is how you put money in the bank. That's how you really get knowledge out there. So make sure that today is a disciplined day, and you will be off. You will have the keys to success, and you will be achieving the good life, folks. So let's go take a look at the life out there in the markets. And what we're going to start off with here is absolutely the euro. For me, this is where it's at right now. As we take a look at the markets, the 4 o'clock this morning, you had the euro making its lows. You had London, in essence, in the foreign exchange markets coming on board. And I don't know who it was. It was the traders that were pushing the market up. They said, no, we're not going to let the euro slide anymore. It was as if they were looking at the same chart that I'm looking at. That chart, folks, is taking a look at, or how is it that the planets, and we've had tons of planetary alignments. We started off the weekend on Friday with a 2 planetary index date. Absolutely one of those anomalies that are out there, 67 of them in 300 years, over 300-year period of time, 1800 to 2100. We had a 2P index date on Friday. We had a 3P index date on Monday, and wedged in between that, We had a new moon with a solar eclipse, the ring of fire. We had everything in the markets. We had everything in the universe. And the universe of the euro, folks, is going back to another real powerful date. You hear me talk about it? It's August 24th and 25th of 2010. You had a 3 and a 15 planetary index date back to back. That, folks, is another anomaly out there. Well, take a look at the lows of this. If you're taking a look at TigerTV, you're seeing 2 red horizontal lines going across the bottom of my screen. That, folks, is the lines of demarcation, if you will, at least on my roadmap to success. The low of that is 1.25861. You see it close below that in the euro, and it is not just good night, Irene. It's sayonara, euro. It will head down to that 100. If we just go take a look at swing points out there, it'll head down to the June lows. It'll head down to 118 so fast it'll be a blink of an eye. Now, that area has held. Take a look at it like this when you take a look at the charts. I don't have it labeled here. Maybe you'd label it on your charts. But if you go back to that swing point, that August 24th, August 25th time frame, you take a look at that swing point low, and then you realize that over this weekend, between Friday, between what we had going on lunar-wise, Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday with another 3P index date, folks, and the lows that are being put out here today, these low are the lows of yesterday. The lows of Friday, those are just as important lows as August 24th. So the line has been drawn in the sand. Which way is the euro going to go? All we have to do is let the market tell us. Just sit back, watch, relax, gather information. We'll be right back, folks.
Kate Stalter's exciting newsletter, Low Priced Leaders, has just launched, and now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial. Every Wednesday afternoon, Kate sends out her weekly newsletter to her subscribers where she focuses on small cap stocks with market caps under $2 billion, as well as low-priced equities with share prices ranging from $5 to $12. Kate tracks a variety of stocks with a combination of strong technical support and solid fundamentals. Many of the stocks featured will be recent IPOs. These newer issues are often some of the biggest price gainers in the market and provide an excellent opportunity for substantial gains if timed correctly. You can catch Kate Stalter live on TigerTV with her small cap roundup every Tuesday and Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, and visit TFNN.com right now to get your 2-week free trial to her brand new newsletter, Low Priced Leaders, while locking in the low introductory monthly rate of only $37.50 per month, almost a 50% discount. Act now.
TFNN is proud to bring you the cutting edge of investment newsletters. Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Ken is a top-down investor who lets price and volume in the major stock indices tell him when to be in the market and when to be out. By using his unique blend of fundamental and technical analysis, Ken will protect your hard-earned capital while realizing breakout gains. Go to TFNN.com today, click Investment Newsletters, and get Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks free for 2 weeks.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of The Money Masters with Tom O'Brien, seen daily at TFNN.com, author of Mastering Probabilities, a daily investment and trading newsletter, and teacher of The Money Game. Studies show that 3 out of 5 people are afraid for their life in trading these markets, and the number one reason given is fear of loss. Look, fear stands for false evidence appearing real, and the money game proves it. Lesson number 1, don't risk more than 1% of your trading capital on any trade. Why, you ask? Because 35 trades in a row where you risk 50 cents and make $1 are all you need to double your trading capital, versus the 230 losing trades in a row you would need to bring your balance to $100. Let me teach you more about the money game risk-free for 30 days. Go to the homepage of TFNN.com and click on my name, Steve Rhodes, for your 30-day risk-free trial. You were born to be a money master, and I'll teach you how.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pesavento's new trading newsletter, Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind. In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the forex market, and more. And you'll get the Technical Corner segment, which is a short but powerful weekly training session on trading. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you just the edge you've been looking for. Try patterns, profits, and peace of mind absolutely free for 2 weeks. Go to tfnn.com and click on the free trial link at the top of the page. That's an $85 value, yours free when you register right now. Get Larry's patterns, profits, and peace of mind and get the edge you've been looking for.
It's that time of year again, and the Great Panther Silver Summer Silver Giveaway is back. Every day in June, Monday through Friday, we'll be giving away a Great Panther Silver 1-ounce silver bar, and all you have to do to enter is visit the front page of tfnn.com and fill out your entry. Great Panther Silver and TFNN wishing you a great start to the summer. Sign up today to have a chance to win a 1-ounce silver bar during the Great Panther Silver Summer Silver Giveaway the whole month of June at tfnn.com.
This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at tfnn.com.
Welcome back, folks. 877-927-6648. And King Dollar last night thought it was headed to the moon. The rocket engines were fueled. They were not only fueled, it tried to lift off, meaning it was trying to get up and over the swing point that it finally tested, the January 13th high, 82.04. Got just slightly over it, has backed off. It actually got up intraday, got up to 82.08, trading out at 81.81 right now. How about that? If we go take we've got here about 4 or 5 minutes. Let's go take a look at what's popping and what is dropping in the pre-market. So to the downside, in the leader in the clubhouses, Dell, D-E-L-L is the ticker symbol out there, releasing earnings last night. They're down 13%. They closed out their session last night at 15.08. Last trade just fired off at 13.10. 50,000 shares. Oh, that is a trade. Interesting. That is the trade that just fired off. Then you got another 1,000 there at 13.07. Oh, now we've got a bunch of shares of Dell. 13.10, 50,000 shares just a few moments ago. Right behind them, you got Trina Solar, TSL. They closed out at 5.33. They're down about 5% in the pre-market. Last trade just fired off at 5.08. Not a lot of activity that I see out there. You got Big Lots, BIG, the ticker symbol there. Down 4% in the pre-market. They closed out at 34.79. Their last trade firing out at 33 1/4. You've got, let's see here, Analog Devices, ADI. They're down about 3%. They closed out at 35.80. Analog Devices here trading out right now at 34.72. Let's see, what else do we have here on the downside? Anything significant? Nothing really significant. Let's go take a look at now what's popping to the upside. Let's see who the leader in the clubhouse is to the upside. It's going to be PetSmart. All you folks with pets out there, that's not including me. PETM is the ticker symbol. That's a responsibility that I just don't want. Any more pets in my life. PetSmart, PETM. Not that I don't love cats and dogs, but they are a responsibility, folks. They are trading up 8.5%. Last trade, they fired off at $60.40. Nothing unusual, just all 100-lot shares. 55.62 is what they had closed out at. You've got Take-Two Interactive, TTWO. They're up about 5 7/10%. They closed out at 11.16. Last trade firing off in the $11.80 area. Hormel Foods. I love that Hormel chili. I don't know about you. We take a look at Hormel Chili, HRL. They're up about 2 7/10%. Closed out at $29.19. Trading out at $30 even Steven. Last trade firing off. You've got Avago Technologies, AVGO. They're up about 2 4/10%. Closed out at $31.27. They're now trading out at $32.03 in the pre-market. Toll Brothers, let's go see what's going on in the home builder sector. Obviously a powerful, high-moving stock off of the bottom. Toll Brothers has moved off the bottom, hasn't really looked back that much, hasn't done much in the way of retracements. Well, they're up 1.5% in the pre-market. That's up about 41 cents. They closed out at $27.03. Last trade firing off at $27.44. Let's see, rounding out the folks to the upside, nothing else that is out there. Looks like you've got some earnings reports should be coming out before the bell. Well, that's going to be just a moment or two from folks like BAM, Books A Million Inc. Of course, that I just thought I would say BAM. So if we go take a look at the markets here before we go to break, let's take a look at the futures. And we'll take a look at the ES Mini chart. Now, the ES Mini, folks, you can see, considering that the euro was imploding last night, doesn't matter whether it's rumors, if you just simply were taking a look at the charts out there, you had the euro imploding, and yet when you take a look at how it's impacted futures, really not too bad. If you go from the session lows, as I talk about session lows, I'm going all the way back to the A point from May the 20th when you had the ES Mini trade down to 1287.25 all the way up to the high that was put in at 1130 on May 22nd. What you'll see, just like if you were going to come visit us here at TFNN, you would come visit us at Suite 618. The actual number, 1302 and a quarter. What did the ES Mini trade down to, folks? 1302 and a quarter. We're talking BAM! Right on the button. How does that work? Folks, make sure that you understand sacred geometry out there. You want to take a look at the 0.618, the 0.786, and 0.382. And on the expansion side, 1.272, 1.618, and every now and then 2.618, folks, because BAM! Happens all the time out there. 877-927-6648. When we get right back, we're going to go see how these markets are going to drop. And whether or not they're going to continue to drop, folks. We'll be right back.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when temporary market spikes move against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped, and you have the advantage of keeping your trades open even when the market temporarily spikes against you. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique short-term binary options that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors. You've heard Tom O'Brien on the air, and you've always thought about trying out his newsletter, Market Insights. Well, now is the perfect time. For a limited time only, when you sign up for a 2-week free trial to Market Insights, we'll send you a free copy of Tom O'Brien's best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System. If you decide to cancel within the 2-week trial period, pay absolutely nothing and keep Tom's book as a free gift from us. Tom sends out his daily newsletter each morning by 9:30 a.m. with trade recommendations, including price targets and price stops. As recently as March 21st, Market Insight subscribers closed out a position for more than a 25% profit in just over 2 weeks. To get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights, along with your free copy of The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, visit the front page of TFNN.com. Supplies are limited for this one-of-a-kind special, so act today and don't let this opportunity pass you by. Offer only valid for new subscribers. In just December of last year, the price of gold was down over 10%. In today's highly volatile gold market, you need someone in your corner that understands the complex relationships that exist within the price of gold, as well as within a variety of gold equities. Whether it's the South African gold miners and knowing how the Rand-dollar relationship will affect their bottom line, or understanding how John Paulson's $5 billion trade in the GLD can move the market, Tom O'Brien gives you the direction you need to become a better trader each week in his newsletter, The Gold Report. With over 20 individual equities covered and almost another 20 on the potential watch list each week, in addition to covering the XAU, HUI, GLD, and dollar, The Gold Report is a great source for any trader that is looking to be diversified in today's volatile gold market. For your 30-day free trial to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report, log on to TFNN.com today. Don't miss out on this great offer. Act now.
What type of investor are you? Conservative, moderate, or aggressive? No matter your investor personality, your overall portfolio should reflect your financial goals, time horizon, and your risk tolerance. Help ensure your portfolio is appropriately invested with an asset allocation plan from Morgan Stanley Smith Barney. Simply picking the right stocks is not enough. Research has shown that choosing the right proportion of stocks, bonds, and cash is essential to the success of your long-term investments. Morgan Stanley Smith Barney believes that a carefully selected portfolio can lower volatility and increase investment return potential. Find out about what asset allocation and a Morgan Stanley Smith Barney financial advisor can do for you. Call Angela O'Brien, First Vice President and Certified Financial Planner of the Clearwater, Florida branch at 727-441-6108 today to discuss your personal financial needs. Asset allocation does not assure a profit or protect against loss in declining financial markets. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC. Member SIPC.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
To the races. You got the Dow down 72 points. S&P's down 7. Composite up 21. Small caps down 6 points, leading the charge on the way down. The NDX 100 down 7, almost 0.8% off 19 points right now. New York Stock Exchange off 55. King Dollar up 16 ticks. And if we just take a look at, I've got up on my screen here the 4 quadrants, the 4 ETFs for the primary indexes in the upper left-hand corner. You've got the small caps. The IWM trading out right now at 75.41. No big, huge volume on the way down in the first 5 minutes. You also have in the lower left the diamonds. The diamonds trading out at 124 even. First 5 minutes on the way down, 115,000 shares. On the upper right-hand corner, you've got the SPYs. SPYs trading down 3.7 million shares in the first 5 minutes. Not a huge deal there. And the air out of the balloon on the Qs. The Qs leading things to the downside. As I said, the NDX, the leader to the downside, now down a full percentage point. The Qs off this morning, the first 5 minutes, down with 1 million shares. So what we have really setting up here, folks, is the following. If you take a look at, if we go back, actually, let's go take a look at the highs that were made out here in the Dow. So let's go ahead and pull up the Dow daily chart out here. As soon as I can do that, stretch this out. We'll go ahead and get rid of the monthly chart, although it is important to be paying attention to the monthly chart. You do, oh, son of a gun. Okay, so you do, you're going to probably wonder, what was that? Well, I'm just going to have to keep you waiting. But let's go pull the daily chart. Let me stay on the same thought here. And on the Dow, what you had was a test up at the highs. You first high in the Dow was on March 16th, when it got up to 13,289. You had a test of that area on April the 2nd when it got up to a high of 13,297. You then had a third test of that area when it got up a little bit higher. You got up into that 13,338 area. You had a triple top up there. That is the signal that it gave us, and the market moved down. And, here's the deal, folks. If the euro doesn't hold the area that we talked about in the opening of the show, what it's going to set up is a huge, not a small, a huge ABC down. Where would that actually take us? Well, in the Dow, we'd go up to the high, up at 13,338.66. The low is a low that came in on Friday. The bounce would have been the bounce intraday yesterday, which is an absolute possibility, with that being a 3P index date. Absolutely a possibility. Well, folks, that doesn't even register as one of our sacred geometry numbers. That retracement was so shallow. What that will set up here is it'll be more than a 1 to 1 A to B equals C to D. You can count on it. It'll be a 1 to 2 A to B equals C to D for sure. What does that do? That takes you all the way back into the October 2000 area, October 4th, 2000. That also is going to get you all the way back into the August 9th, 2000 area. So today, and I'll just simply give you the number, what you want to be watching for, in my opinion, and then you can get the opinion of Tom, you can get the opinion today of Basil, of Larry, of David White. But in Steve Rhodes' opinion, if you get a close below Friday, That low was 336.76, folks. And if you are long in the marketplace, you got cojones. Don't be doing that. Put your money off to the side. You may not short the marketplace, but folks, there is a better thing to do, and that's called going to cash. So you do not want to see the Dow close below 336.76. If you do, that is going to set up one huge A to B equals C to D. You can also be watching the euro, because if you see that happen, that is telling us that the euro, if I go back to that chart here real quickly, there's only a couple things, in my opinion, that you really need to be paying attention to. What the euro will be doing is the euro will get down below the low put in on August, the week of August 27th, 2010. We're talking 1.258. Let me make sure, 1.25861. So that is the area there that you'll want to be watching as well. If we go take a look at, so let's go see what's popping and dropping in the markets out here. Take a look at those charts, and certainly what's dropping. Red Hat. I used to trade Red Hat. RHT, they're down 5%. I haven't looked at that chart in forever, so let's go take a look at Red Hat, see what they are doing out there. Give me a second here to pull it up, and let's see what the 52-week high and low on Red Hat is. 62.75 is the 52-week high. 31.77 is the 52-week low, folks. And so really not too bad so far. Let's just clear this chart off here. And so how about that? You had Red Hat broke out March the 29th. Let me just refresh the chart here, make sure that I've got everything. So this is kind of an interesting one to take a look at. RHT, folks, Red Hat. Red Hat, what we're looking at here is we're taking a look at the breakout that it had with wide price spread with conviction. And Red Hat was broke out on March the 29th, did 15 million shares on the way up. Went ahead and tested that area on April the 19th with only 2.8 million shares. Didn't really give you much of a signal. It was made in more than a 1-to-1 A to B equals CD down, just simply taking the high out there from April 19th down the low. A couple trading sessions later on the 24th, back up to the high on May the 3rd. It's done a 1 to 1.618 A to B equals CD. It's coming into the actual breakout. Now, on a breakout, look, folks, you don't want to be buying, in my opinion, you don't want to be buying any stocks unless the market gives us a clear reversal signal here, which is a possibility as well. And, the cool thing about today, tomorrow, when I take a look at the euro, the line has absolutely been drawn in the sand. The back is up against the wall. That's what you want. If you're not in the market, all you're going to do is you're going to take in information. You're going to take information, and then you're going to act. And that's all that you need to do. In this case here, if you were buying a breakout, and let's say that the market was giving you some type of clear signal that it was getting ready to bounce, well, Red Hat might be one of these stocks you take a look at. And where you would want to take a look at it is coming all the way down into that March 28th area. You'd like to see it get down there with less than 4.3 million shares. Well, if we take a look at the high of that area, stay here on Red Hat for a moment, and then we can take a look at what their earnings were. But we don't really care what they reported. We just really care what the stock chart is telling us. So the high of that breakout was 52.83. Red Hat came back in there on the 18th on Friday with 2.5 million shares. So as the market was moving down with conviction, Red Hat was coming back into the breakout candle, 2.5 million versus 4.3. Folks, that is a beautiful thing. Usually you're just benchmarking it up against the actual wide price spread day, the actual day that it gapped up where it had 15 million shares. You start coming back into the actual swing point, the day that it broke out with lighter volume. In this case here, this isn't 50%, but it's probably 40% lighter volume, just doing some quick math in my head. The following trading session, do 1.7 million shares, getting down to a low of 52.88. Remember, the high was 52.83. So today you're coming down. Today's going to be important to watch, especially having, I don't know if they released earnings. Let's go and take a look and see what type of information I can get out here on Red Hat, RHT. They are the leader in the clubhouse on the way down, dollar-wise, only down $2.60. You would expect to see some stocks down much larger than that today, at least I would. Let's see if I see anything. I don't see any news release here on Red Hat, and so you'll be wanting to watch Red Hat out there today. Folks, what you will be looking at is, let's see here if I can get rid of that. So today so far it's done 314,000 shares, but I put that on my list to watch. I think you should watch it as well. Let's take this thing back a little bit further. So this is not a bad-looking chart. All of the high-volume bars, well, almost all of them, have been gap ups. So 2 of the 3 have been gap ups. Let's take a look at this on a weekly chart out here. And even if you don't have this, you want to just keep watching this, in my opinion. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Let's see here. Okay, let's go ahead and move on. Let's take a look at PetSmart. Somebody in the den said that they saw or read an article, and the guy was driving with a zebra. And what else was it? A zebra and a cat, maybe, or something like that. How would you like to be driving? I think, was it a zebra? Was it really a zebra? Certainly wasn't a giraffe. You couldn't fit a giraffe in a car. Let's go take a look at PetSmart, though, whatever it was. PETM. PETM is the ticker symbol. That is gapped up, trading out right now at 60.61, 60.57. Sold 60.59. And so you can see PetSmart gapping up. It looks like it is at all-time highs. And you've got some nice juice in it today, some good volume. So far, you've done 678,000 shares with 14 minutes into the trading session. It's taking out the swing point clearly from March the 9th. That was up at 57.70. Maybe there was a little bit higher swing point out here at 58, 56. It only has 732,000 shares. It's already taken that swing point out in the first 15 minutes of trading. Let's go take a look at the weekly chart out here, see what kind of A, B equals CD up. Oh, boy. The problem with PetSmart is when it does fall out of bed, it has a untested low going all the way back to August 21st, 2009, where it has 30 million shares. That's at $22.65. But in the meantime, PetSmart looks like it wants to keep going to the moon. If we're going to take a look at ABC patterns that are out there, it's a biggie. You'd start with the swing point low at November 28th. I'd go all the way up into the highs on April 23rd, 2010. Retraces just for a few weeks all the way into August 13th, 2010. August 2010. I thought we were talking about that earlier. And what you can take a look at, folks, is it has done a 1 to 1.272 on its way up to a 1 to 1.618 on the weekly chart. That gets you up to the 64.05. You're trading out at 60.66 right now. Let's go take a look and see what Apple is doing. Apple trading down a buck and change right now. They closed lower yesterday. I think they were making apple cider in the woodshed yesterday. But let's go take a look at the volume out there. AAPL. And folks, if you've never had fresh apple cider, I grew up in Michigan, and in Michigan they've got great cider mills. Nothing like going to a cider mill, getting some hot apple cider. Actually, nothing like getting the donuts that they sell with the hot apple cider. And if we take a look at Apple trading into the area of April the 24th, that is one of the areas that it's trading into. You can see on April the 24th, it came down with a vengeance, 38 million shares. You got up above it 2 trading sessions ago on 22 million shares. Yesterday, you got up above it on 24 million shares. You still rejected that low, so you're up above there. The low again being 555. Even Steven, you're at 555 and a quarter right now, and looks like it's just simply building some strength, possibly to the downside. So that is on Apple. Let's go take a look at what do we want to take? Let's go take a look at what is dropping as well. Ralcorp. Let's see. Let me see percentage-wise. Let's go take a look at Dell. We should look at Dell, and Dell is struggling. Why is Dell struggling? They make great laptops. Is it that they don't have any tablets out there? Is that possibly hurting Dell's business? We take a look at Dell all the way down to $12.94. Yikes. And if we take a look at, let's go put this on a weekly chart here, see why Dell is trading all the way back into that area. Take a look at the last time that it had any significant volume. Well, that's a beauty. That's why you always want to be paying attention to these volume areas here. You got 2 of them that it's attacking. The first one, the most recent one, is August 2011. Remember, August 9th, 2011. We're looking at a weekly chart here, but August 9th, 2011, folks, was the first area off of the May 2011 time frame. So May 2011, boom, all the way down to August 9th, 2011 was that leg down. And what you've got is Dell already trading into that area. 1329 is the low. It's trading out at 1294. On the weekly chart, that had 259 million shares. Takes that out, closes below it. It will head to the next area that's got some volume to support it. And you can see that that's a logical place for it to trade to. Looks like it's already trading inside. In fact, it is. It's trading inside that swing point right now. That's going back to July 17th, 2009. So that high, 1322, the low, 1184. It's trading out at 1291. I expect that we will see 1184, if not today, in the very, very near future on Dell. If we go take a look at what else is dropping out here. So we got Red Hat. Let's just looking at percentage-wise. Who's down any large percentages? Well, let's go take a look at Occidental Petroleum. Oxy is the ticker symbol there, folks, because we know that the XLE is struggling. The XLE, OXY, is the one that is signaling that it wants to go all the way back to the October area. And Occidental Petroleum, I believe, is number 2 or 3 in the weighting structure inside the XLE. And so let's go take a look at Occidental Petroleum. Let's look at the swing point first and see if it, and the swing point I'm looking at is the B point all the way back to April 23rd. That B point has 3.2 million shares. We're going to go ahead and draw our line across there. We're going to do it the same on the volume bar. So on the volume bar, what we've got here, let's see. You took out that swing point with wide price spread and conviction, folks. We're going to come back. We'll take a look at the ABC down on that. We'll go to Lou in New Hampshire. Take a look at AOC. We'll be right back, folks.
You take a hands-on approach to managing your investments, and whether you're bullish or bearish on Chinese stocks, the ETFs from Direction Shares are there to help you magnify your perspective. Bull ETFs for a rising market and bear ETFs for a falling market. Direction Shares gives you the tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC. David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Put the power of the Chapman Wave methodology to work for you. No matter what market you trade, what time frame you trade in, or your trading style, the opening call, Basil Chapman's daily market newsletter, is bursting with the information and trades you need to become a more successful trader.
I've been using Basil Chapman's Chapman Wave methodology for several years now. His Chapman Wave can be used for any time period for not only equities, but futures, currencies, commodities. I've been also a subscriber of his opening call, which I find find an invaluable tool to help me analyze the potential of the market each day. It gives you opportunities to go short and long. It includes recommendations on stocks. I strongly recommend people using the Chapman Wave, and I very, very strongly support the use of his opening call.
To find out more about Basil Chapman and his Chapman Wave methodology, and to get your 2-week free trial of the opening call, a $64 value, visit tfnn.com today.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we pay you more for converting your jewelry to cash.
Let's go to Brian in New Jersey. Hey, Brian, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, just want to let you know I did give you some jewelry. My jeweler offered me about $650. I should get a check in the mail tomorrow for about $1,200.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, it's all about honesty when converting your jewelry to cash.
Okay, let's go to Paul in Florida first. Hey, Paul, what's going on?
I want to commend you on the Tiger Metal Exchange. I just did a deal with you guys the other day.
Oh, good.
And very happy.
Well, I appreciate it. Now, Did you sell us jewelry, or did you buy coins off us?
I sold you jewelry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
What we weighted at was less than you guys said, so, you're totally honest.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we give you the tools to value your gold, and it's absolutely free. Call 866-618-8888 or log on to TigerMetalExchange.com. We've created the easiest, safest, and most honest cash for gold process. Tiger Metal Exchange. It's the only call you need to make.
Catch Tom O'Brien and Steve Rhodes as they teach you the art of mastering money when it comes to trading and investing. The Money Masters, next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. Dow down 82, S&P's off 9, Composite off 22. And before we went to break, we were taking a look at Occidental Petroleum. Occidental Petroleum trading off today, trading right now out at 78.98, on its way down. A confirmed A to B equals C to D. And it's a doozy, folks. We're talking about the XLE, the energy sector. If you take a look at that, it is making its way down into the October 4th area. It's why you want to understand, if you're playing any of the ETFs, you want to understand what the underlying instrument and weighting is inside there. ExxonMobil is the number one, represents some high percentage. You talk about Apple being a large part of the NDX. It's nothing compared to what ExxonMobil is to the energy sector in the XLE. I think it's in the 30+% range. It is a high number. Even if it's not 32, it's 23. I know that it is a big number out there. Occidental Petroleum, I believe, is number 2 or number 3 inside the XLE from a weighting structure, and Occidental Petroleum on its way down to $68. That'll make a 1 to 1.272 A to B equals CD. That'll get you right down into the October 4th area. The low there, 66.36. $68 is where it is at least headed to. Let's go to Lou in New Hampshire. Lou, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding.
How are we doing today?
Doing great. Yourself?
Great. Not bad. Not bad.
Good. Glad to hear it. You wanted to look at AutoZone. Tell me what you're doing and how I can help you.
I shorted it at 371.
Good man. Good man. So AutoZone, and you got to. Where's your stop at?
350.
That's your.
No, stop 385.
385. Okay. So you got 385. So okay, good. AutoZone. Right now, you're trading right at 363.20. And what it's dealing with here, it's dealing with the downdraft from May the 17th. Now, the low on that is 362.66. Yesterday, you had some decent volume as it tried to attack that area, but it closed out at 361.14. Yesterday, you had volume of 1.3 million shares. That was the beat point is actually May 17th. That has 1.8 million shares. And yesterday really was the day for AutoZone to have confirmed an A to B equals C to D. They came out with earnings. That thing was all over the board. That thing was up at the high during the day at 374.83. Again, closed at 361.14. So that had some pretty wide price spread yesterday. What you want to see today is you want to see a close below 362.66, and you want to be able to see it do it with, with more than 1.8 million shares. That is the beat, 1.8 million shares. I don't think you're going to get that. with yesterday with 1.3, but you at least want to see a close below that area. And if the general market continues to move down, then you're inside a good trade. It's also coming into a breakout area, just so you know. It's coming into a breakout from February 28th. It's a small breakout. It only did 931,000 shares, but that area still yesterday held. So, whoever bought into that breakout at that level, whatever financial institutions, it looks like they are still in there. So you've got some fish in there, and they're bigger fish than you.
I know.
Okay, so just pay attention. If the general market moves down, then you're in a pretty good space. But if not, AutoZone has been a strong stock, and yesterday was really the opportunity for it to have passed that B point with volume, and it didn't. So just be careful and just watch it. You got your stops and your exits in place. You're in good shape. All righty?
Okay, thank you.
Okay, you bet. Have a great day. Folks, stay tuned. Tom and I will be up next doing the Money Masters show. Then we go up to Newton, Mass. to our man Basil Chapman. We get to ride the Chapman Wave today out to Larry Pesavento in Tucson, Arizona. Back here for the David White Band. Folks, have a great Wednesday. If I don't see you in the next hour, I'll see you tomorrow morning. Thanks for being here. Have a great day, folks.